Not entirely sure if this is a sign of a course correction and good things eventually to come for Disney, but always anticipating that they're just going to go ahead and get rid of one stupid asshole and then just replace him with another one. So Disney's diversity chief reportedly exits after woke policies controversy. Yeah, and failure after failure after failure at the box office. Disney, as big of a company as it is, cannot tank the failures, the multiple failures that they've taken over the past 24 months. And she's been around for 6 years, okay? Latondra Newton. You can just go ahead. You can hear the Z snaps in that name right there. If she's been around for 6 years, when was about the last time that Disney put out a decent film? I think a lot of people point back to about Moana. I think that was one where everybody kind of agreed that, yeah, no, that one was fine. So that would have presaged her rule. Not too sure if the diversity, inclusion, and equity department wasn't still there at Disney. Again, this is a hydra. Disney is a hydra. You chop off the head, 3 more are just going to pop up, just like Hercules, one of my personal favorite Disney films. Or maybe, who knows, maybe she's the cancer right there. Maybe she's somebody who deserved to be fired, or I'm sorry, let go. She exited. She didn't get fired. She quit. Kind of like the goofy bitch who was in charge of the visuals at Marvel after those PS2 quality graphics were acceptable all the way back when those films were making $1 billion, but now they're having a tough time cracking $500 million. And then all of a sudden, oh no, I took a stand against that evil company because I wouldn't airbrush out a gay scene in one of her many flops. Fucking Victoria Alonso, suck a dick. Well, she purports to be gay, but I think that would probably help mellow her out. Anyways, Disney's chief diversity officer, Latondra Newton, is reportedly leaving the company, ending a 6-year stint that generated controversies at the Mouse House. It's normally written the House of Mouse, but whatever. Adopted woke policies that have alienated many of its core customers. I would say that kind of comes from the weatherman Bob Iger all the way at the top, the former and current CEO. He just kind of set up that Chapek fellow to just come in and take all the L's after he set them all up. But okay. Last year, Disney World in Florida grabbed headlines, yes, and it did away with a long-time greeting, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, from its Magic Kingdom fireworks show to promote inclusivity. Oh, was that one of her decisions? Okay, yeah, the moment that you start fucking around with the parks, because that's the real money for Disney. Like I said, they can tank a few hits in the film department, but you take a look at that streaming service that's been an abject disaster all the way back 18 months for sure. You had Lightyear, complete flop. Strange Worlds, complete flop. Recently, Elemental, disaster. That's not to mention any of the Star Wars stuff. They haven't even put out a film since 2019, for Christ's sakes. Every single Marvel film, with the slight exception of Guardians of the Galaxy, and that probably still underperformed what they were hoping it would. Because why? All of the policies that she champions. That's her entire job, to infect everything with these dumb ideas that don't generate money. Sure, it looks good to all of your shitty wine mom friends that are out there. By wine mom, I mean, they look after, little fur babies because they're all fucking 40-year-old barren addicts, but whatever. Okay, we want to create that magical moment with our cast members, with our guests. Newton said it at the time, and we don't want to assume because someone might be in, or our interpretation may be presenting as female, that they may not want to be a princess. Fuck does that have to do with saying ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? That covers everybody, except for a couple of people with, mental illness. On Newton's watch, Disney also ditched fairy godmothers. Oh, yes, for more inclusive, gender-neutral titles. So that's why we had the guy with the mustache at the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique coming in and greeting your children. I'm sorry, I said greeting. I meant grooming. The employees, who are formerly called fairy godmothers in training, are now called fairy godmothers apprentices. What the fuck? That's a distinction without a difference. This way, cast members might not identify identify as female can still be part of the process to dress up and style the children without having to refer to themselves as a female Disney character. Yeah, this is subversive language 101. Good riddance, you cretin. Newton had led Disney's diversity and inclusion initiative since 2017, coordinating with various teams to produce entertainment that reflects a global audience. Unless, of course, it offends anybody in China, then you have no problem, scrubbing off any of that stuff that could reflect a global audience. Oh, there's too many black people on that poster. Just get rid of them or put a mask on them. And sustain a welcoming and inclusive workplace for everyone. Cool. I'm sure some of those, 11,000 people that you guys have laid off this year alone, I'm sure that they probably felt that they were in an inclusive workplace because everybody got pink slips. Disney's The Little Mermaid released this month. Oh, that was another absolute fucking failure. That's not even going to hit $500 million. Fuck, it might not even hit $450 million. And all of those live action remakes, various levels of quality, mostly ranging from shit to diarrhea, a lot of those made $1 billion. Or at least close to. But this one, ooh, buddy, what a fucking bomb. Yes, featured a black Ariel, even though all of the source material has Ariel, including the 1989 original. Yeah, she's a white redhead, but then you just decided to have somebody that reflects a global audience? No, somebody that reflects you. Shut up. Newton had plans to join the corporate board on another company and focus on to just go and kill another company. Fantastic stuff. Uncreated, yes, she owns. Oh, okay, so just go out there and be a consultant for yourself. Good stuff. The Post sought comment from Disney. It was yet to make a public statement on Newton's reported departure. Variety previously reported on Newton's departure. Newton's direct reports how it will be led by Julie Mergers, weird, senior vice president of talent acquisition, on an interim basis, according to the internal note. Disney's chief human resources officer, Sonia Coleman. Did guys work at Disney except for that one, stuffed suit CEO? Like, is any dude work there? No. Yeah, that's why I have this. During Newton's tenure, Disney landed in the middle of the nation's culture wars by introducing gay, lesbian, all of those alphabet characters that nobody gives a fuck about, or rewriting the history of so many other characters that you used to know and love, but then you didn't realize that they were exactly who they knew and loved, even though that wasn't part of their story. But I guess, saying what they like to stuff or get stuffed by is so much more important than telling a compelling story. These fucking idiots. The company instituted a slew of other changes, such as outfitting Minnie Mouse in a blue pantsuit. Yes, of course. Because their god is Hillary Clinton, or at least the prophet. So that needs to reflect. Like, for fuck's sakes, Minnie Mouse has been in that red polka dot dress for longer than my parents, maybe even my grandparents have been alive, so fuck that. Actually, yeah, no, definitely. Disney also announced that it would do away with the Seven Dwarfs. Well, that wasn't necessarily, it's not something that I can chalk up to Newton. That was more or less Peter Dinklage killing the game. He drinks and he knows things, how to get other little people fired. In May, a Florida teacher was investigated by the State Department of Education for screening Strange World, a Disney movie with an openly gay character. That just seems kind of contemporaneous, but yeah, wasting everybody's time in class. It's like, excuse me, sir, this is supposed to be math. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a public school system, so it's probably MISM, or however you pronounce MX for a chick. I don't fucking know. Last month, a survey found that Disney's reputation has suffered as a result of its wading into polarizing topics, including trannies and sexual identity issues. Yeah, exactly, because you're supposed to present media. It's supposed to be escapism. You guys were good at this stuff. You were at the top of the game, but then all of a sudden you just decided to go, nah, this is Ariel now. It looks like fucking Zack Snyder's The Little Mermaid. Like, fuck off. Axios and Harris Poll survey ranked Disney as the 5th most polarizing company. What? A metric that is measured in the gap between the reputational score among Democrats and Republicans. The media giant plunged 12 spots to rank 77th on this year's Axios Harris Poll, which is based on the survey of 16,310 Americans from the nationally represented sample conducted March 13th to 28th. Okay. company has been engaged, yes, in a battle with Ron DeSantis, who just goes around and goes, woke, 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 woke. It's not a Ron DeSantis thing, okay? It's about the Don't Say Gay bill, which in the 7 pages, there's no mention of gay at all whatsoever, but good marketing out there. There's the one picture of an astroturfed. I have no idea even where this little protest took place, but I remember the one day that they were going to do a walkout. I think I did a video on it, and there was one guy in the Santa Monica side of things that did a walkout, but nobody in Florida, so don't know when that took place. DeSantis moved to strip Disney of its semi-autonomous status, but then, yeah, ended up just in this months-long muddle fuck with them, so who the fuck knows. Disney responded by filing a lawsuit accusing Florida governor and his GOP allies of state legislature of violating the company's First Amendment rights. And yes, if, just a little sidebar on DeSantis, if he ends up, somehow snaking the nomination, they throw Trump in jail and he just bows out of the race, whatever, man. That's going to be the attack against the DeSantis because, oh, I thought Republicans were all about the free market, but that's just blatant government interference. Or even if Disney ends up getting a lawsuit tossed out or just, something little. Oh, how can he take on the problems of the country if he can't even fight a little mouse? He lost to Mickey Mouse. What a dork. Well, we kind of have common ground on him being a dork, but for very different reasons. So I don't know if this is a W or not. I just think that this is probably, one idiot going to be replaced by another idiot. Will it get worse? Well, for Disney, it really can't get worse. All you can do is just continue to be totally ambivalent to whatever they do moving forward. I don't know what the rest of their release schedule is supposed to look like, and chances are most people out there, because I'm a little bit more plugged in than most people out there, so if I don't even know what's on the release docket, chances are you guys aren't, and you probably aren't excited for any of it. So stay the course. The House of Mouse is crumbling. Eventually they'll learn, or they'll die off. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.